G'day Dinkum ears, back with another KD prediction video of when the next update is, the Summer Sun. Blooming String was a great hit and everyone has seemed to loved it, but now we're all turning our eyes to when the next update is. Our good friend Jersey from Jersey Gaming, check him out in the description down below, did an interview of Dinkum Talks with James Bendon, and it was a really good interview to sit down and watch, and I highly recommend you go and watch it. I'll provide the full link for the video down below. After watching this one, you can go back and you can check out any other details that might have been missed. So with the sit down talk he did, James let slip a couple of new things of when the update is. So this is what James had to say about the next update.
So the updates, it's unfortunate because the updates were just named after the season, and they took the first two updates took a little bit longer than I expected. So they ended up lining up with the Northern Hemisphere. So that wasn't intentional. So then they're not really supposed to be in the summer, if that makes sense. You know, because obviously it would come out in winter in Australia.
That's right. Yes. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's going to be a little bit longer. There's a lot I want to do. I want to make sure the update is as good as the spring update was. I want to, but it might also be. I might have to do a smaller little update in between, like I did with the seasonal, the Christmas one, just to hold people over. Hopefully, they can forgive waiting a little bit longer.
So if you weren't paying attention, James has basically told us that the next update is going to be very soon, but it won't be the Summer Sun update. Now, my prediction for this is that he's going to be dropping an update in winter for the Southern Hemisphere where Australia is. Now, winter will start next month, and it's not that far away. But will it be in the first week? Probably not. I'm seeming to think that I can pin it down to about June that the next update will come in, but I could probably have a guess of maybe the second or third week of June. So when James did the Christmas update, he made that update and all the assets for it within a couple of weeks to about a month or so. If he's already saying he's going to drop an update to tie us over until the Summer Sun update comes, then my prediction is that we're going to get a small update like the housewarming one just for winter that will come roughly in the next 4 weeks to 6 weeks at absolute max at a guess. But I could be totally wrong. I've got no ideas of what will be in this next update, but let me know down in the comments what you think will be coming in this winter update. When asked if there would be any new items coming in the next update, like vehicles, James had this to say.
Yes, I have plans for 2 new vehicles. I don't know if both will be in the next update though. But I think I can spoil one. So one that I think will definitely be the update, it should all be fine, is a Ute, or I guess what would maybe a pickup truck is what an American would call it.
Oh, okay. Pickup truck. Oh, nice.
While just doing the final touches on this video, James had also released an image on the Discord that had just shown the photos of the Dutes of the work in progress. Now, there's going to be looking forward to these and seeing how they work. It only appears that you can probably put one person in the front, but everything is subject to change, like the boats. We saw several different iterations of those big sailboats before we got the final finished product. So stay tuned for that. Just I asked then another question that led to James leading on this information about Dinkum being an adventure game and stuff. Have a look.
So my core philosophy has slightly changed. The way I look at it now is Dinkum is an adventure game that you go on adventures to get decorations, and then you return home, and that way you can still, like, I want players to explore. That's my favorite part of video games personally, but I think the reward for exploration will be, you know, further decorating and more NPCs joining a town. So I think that's kind of the core loop that I've realized a little bit too late, maybe. You know, I didn't really realize it when the game was released, but I think that's in essence what Dinkum is, and that's kind of how it's changed my philosophy. So there weren't as many items as I wanted. I had to make a compromise in the spring update. I think I put more exploration in that one rather than items. There were new items, but I think I need to hit a happy medium where the adventure results in more items, if that makes sense.
Now, what I've sort of picked up from this and what I'm sort of gathering from this is that the next update will work something like this. The update will come, there'll be a new area to explore, whether it is now a third deep mine to go to, or even another island or a different biome on the island, and then you go explore there. While exploring there, you then get items to unlock to build new crafting materials, and then you do tasks for villagers going to that area that will unlock recipes for that. So that will then bring people to having to go to that area to explore that part of the map or that area to then unlock items for new buildables. As the game's been progressing on, it's been turning into a lot of people like to decorate and craft items, and so the developers really working with this and sort of shaping the game to help more people like this and then play with this sort of style. I find this such a really good, interesting idea, and I would love to see it to be like example like a third deep mine open up, and you could only go down there to get these diamonds to build certain things, but you'd get the materials, but then you'd have to hand a material into one of the villages, and then they would tell you the recipe to craft a new diamond pathing or something like that. So that'd be a really interesting mechanic to play with the new update. I reckon this next bit could be really interesting, that what they talk about. Jose asked about new different types of rocks, and then James had this to say.
Yeah, I don't think that's impossible. I need to find a creative solution of how to create it. But yeah, different type of wand, that's a possibility.
So what I find interesting is that if you wanted to have new rocks, what sort of rocks would they be? My 2 cents on this, I'd love to see new coral rocks, where you could go and use like a coral wand to then summon different bits of coral randomly in the ocean, and then you could really decorate the reef a little more to your liking. I reckon that would be an excellent update, and if you're watching this, James, please add this in. But that's all we got for this one, guys. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like so more people can find it for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.